Talkers, and we have a couple of subjects we want to get to today. The first one is, should a snowboarder who was rescued on Cypress Mountain in Vancouver pay a $10,000, I guess, fine, if you will, or penalty for going in the area out of bounds? He's a Rockland man. We had this in the news this week that he was rescued, thankfully, after spending 2 days in the cold. But they're saying, look, you went into an area that you're not supposed to. There are signs. You went off the beaten path, so you're going to have to pay a fine. Should he be faced with a fine? It could be as much as 10 grand.
Yes. You don't listen to the rules, you pay.
No questions.
Very simple. You got to pay attention.
I agree. I mean, obviously, the signs are there for a reason. It's really dangerous on hills like that, and the potential for avalanches and all that, and even more damage. So I do agree that the searchers should be paid the cash, the $10,000 fine. Although, one thing that makes me a little bit nervous is I'm a really bad skier. And oftentimes I'll end up in an area like that and I need to be rescued. So does that mean I have to pay a fine?
Yes.
Well, it brings up the question, accidental or on purpose? In this case, I think, from what we know, he purposely went into an area that he wasn't supposed to. So a fine is a fair game here?
Well, I'm in a bit of a minority here. Have we lost our sense of adventure? Would Christopher Columbus have found North America? Would Neil Armstrong have landed on the moon? Had we said to them before they left, you're going to have to pay the tab to come back if you get lost? I think not.
You think not? $10,000 too much or no penalty at all?
Well, I think, there are certain acts of recklessness. If you want to try and paddle a bathtub across the ocean, maybe you should leave your Visa card on shore before you go. But, we have a lot of snowboarders. It's easy to get off the beaten path a little bit. And, I guess it asks the obvious question. If it's somebody that obviously doesn't have any money, nothing in his bank account, are we just not going to bother going and getting him?
Well, does it put into question, though, the fact that he was putting all the search and rescue people at risk? And the fact that it's their job?
Well, if nobody took risks, we wouldn't need search and rescue people, right?
Fair enough, fair enough. But still, a fine, not a good idea, according to you, because otherwise people, some couldn't afford it, still would.
Application. If it's an incredibly foolish venture, maybe so. But I don't think we can lose all sense of adventure in our lives because we refuse to pay for it in advance.
Hey, you know what? I love that. Can I take your answer too?
You changed your mind.
No, I'm not changing
You're
my
not
mind.
saying
No.
Now, why would you change your mind suddenly, Sandy? You think that we
That's
need
the way
to be
Sandy is.
We need to be a little more adventurous?
Oh, absolutely. I love what Rick said because I think you need in this life. You're only here on this earth for a short period of time.
So break the rules.
You should enjoy, stretch the envelope. Seek
but
adventure.
is there a difference between being a little adventurous and just being maybe perhaps reckless? Exactly. Going beyond what the rules are saying, because those rules are there obviously to protect people, skiers, snowboarders.
Yeah, but sometimes I think, wow, the society that we're living in right now, we are so concerned about protecting everyone from everything. And so, the sense of adventure that I think has been watered down through all the different, ways that kids and adults and everybody else is going out trying to even get on your bicycle now, even if you're as an adult, you need a helmet, and so but I also think that the signs that are on these mountains should say $10,000 fine.
Well, it's like they tell you not to go into the canal when the ice is frozen, and because it's a $100 fine.
Yeah.
You go in there, you pay the $100.
Well,
okay.
If he is fined with this $10,000, if this follows through, perhaps he won't have to pay it because according to the Mayan calendar, the world comes to an end tomorrow anyways, and we're all going to be gone. Yep. What are you going to be doing when the world comes to an end? I believe it's tomorrow morning at about 6 o'clock or something?
6:11, I think.
6:11 tomorrow morning.
I'm actually today, I'm going to the Rito Center. I'm maxing out my credit cards.
Good idea.
Because I figure, hey, I'm just going to enjoy today, spend as much as I can, and then it'll be somebody else's problem tomorrow.
Well, there you go. What about you, Sandy? What are you going to do for the end of the world?
I'm not cleaning the house today.
You are a rebel. You rebel.
That'll teach him.
But I hate to burst everybody's bubbles, but the tomorrow has already happened.
In Australia.
In Australia and New Zealand.
Rick, you love this this topic. I know you do.
Yeah, and I'm making no preparations because I am absolutely confident we'll all be here tomorrow because I have faith in Chris Hadfield. He blasted off into space yesterday.
Yes.
He's en route, that secret mission.
Yes.
An asteroid that's hurtling towards Earth. He's climbing aboard it now, and to the strains of what music? Sweet Surrender? What's the song of that movie?
Our Canadian Chris Hadfield's going to save the world. I'm going with that story. I like that story. But there are people who sincerely believe this is all going to end.
No.
Is it a little bit just?
No.
Is it little too much to actually have any belief in the Mayans don't even think this is really going to happen.
This is Y2K all over again.
Yeah.
They remember during Y2K, planes are going to fall out of the skies, our computers are going to blow up. And what happened? A lot of people made money off of fixing computers, and nothing happened. Nothing happened.
Are people capitalizing on this one once again?
Of course they are. I mean, look at the people that are going out and purchasing all kinds of canned goods and holing up in their basement and all of that. And you know, I mean, there's always going to be people that are gonna buy into everything.
Yeah.
And you know, that's because we're made up of a lot of different people. Society, as variety is the spice of life, and we need to have people like that so that we can all feel really good about ourselves, because we're not like them.
There's going to be a big sale on Mayan calendars tomorrow.
Yeah, that is for sure. Well, I have the day off tomorrow, so I'm going to be in bed when the world comes to an end. A nice, cozy, warm in my bed. That's where I'd like to be. All right. Of course, I forgot to introduce this panel again, but I'm sure you're getting to know who we have here. Rick Gibbons from 580 CFRA, Sandy Sharkey, Bob FM, and Stuntman Stu from Majic Morning Show. Thank you very much to all of you. Have a wonderful Christmas, since I won't see you tomorrow or probably for the next few days.